If you are a parent, don't scroll without listening to this letter. It was written by a primary school girl to her head teacher. It says, "Dear head teacher, I greet you in the name of the Almighty. I thank you for being such a good leader to us. I am writing this letter to inform you about my harsh situation here at school. Firstly, my class teacher abuses me sexually by catching on my breasts, beats me violently for no reason. So that is why I need your help. That is why I need you to help me to solve the above problem, because it hinders from my successful studies. Your positive reply will be my great pleasure. Thank you." The reason as to why I decided to read this letter is because I know there are a lot of parents who are like me, who are so busy that you hardly even get any time to have serious talking with your child when you visit them at school or when they come back from school. Most of us don't even care to know, are they having any difficulties at school? All we ask is, "Are you fine?" "Yes, mommy, I'm fine," and that's all. And you find that most of these teachers who do this, who harass our children sexually, they are the same teachers who will report to you first when you go to school to visit the child. "You know, this girl is stubborn. This girl doesn't listen when you tell her something. She's so playful. She doesn't concentrate in class, you know." That way, he creates a boundary. He creates a gap between you and your child that the child even fears to open up, because now the teacher has reported first to you. And the reason as to why I'm telling you this is, as parents, we are obligated to check our children's feelings. We are responsible for that. Before, yes, the teacher has reported, and as a parent, you have to act. But try to sit your child down and ask, what is really going on? Is there anything you think I should know? Don't hide anything from me. Befriend your child so that they don't fear to tell you anything. Most of our children now are performing poorly, not because they are playful, but because the teachers are harassing them. So every time that teacher comes to class, how do you expect that child to concentrate? Ready? How do you expect that child to concentrate when that teacher comes to class? My fellow parents, I'm sharing this with a lot of pain. And I've had that experience as well. But the difference is I had it when I was in secondary, and I was old enough because I was in senior 5. But I was punished. My dad punished. There was this teacher who tried to make advances to me, and I ignored. I refused. So when I refused, he waited for visitation day, and he told my dad, your child is so stubborn. She doesn't listen. When you tell her something, she doesn't listen. She's disobedient. Actually, today morning, I asked her to clean the class. She refused. Yet in reality, that morning, he hadn't even seen me anywhere. So he told my dad that, so you have 2 options, either to beat her or to go with her. And you know, parents, that generation is different from this generation. That generation, our parents, you don't tell them anything. They don't want to know. Like, they were so strict when it comes to children. Like, they weren't even close to us. That there was no way I could share with my dad that, you know, the thing is this. No, like, he didn't even give us that time, even if I was to open up. But our parents used to be so strict that we used to fear to open up to them. If I'm not okay with such and such a teacher, and why? if I'm not fine at school, and why? We used to fear. But we are in a generation where our children don't fear, so long as you do not distance yourselves from them. If you do not distance yourself from your child, trust me, they will be free to open up. They'll open up and tell you what's really hurting them. And as a parent, you'll see how to go about it. But if you want to be like a lion and you want your child to see you from afar, they can't tell you anything, my darling, you might be wasting that school fees. And before you know it, she might get pregnant. Because the letter clearly states, there was somewhere where she said, he abuses me sexually by catching on my breasts, beats me violently for no reason. Meaning time can come and she gives up. She gets tired of being beaten for no reason. And she could give up, she could give in into the advances, and you never know what can come out of it. Before you know it, she's pregnant, she's out of school, she's traumatized, she's depressed. And some of those cases, those students you find hanging, anything can happen. So my dear parents, I call upon you this holiday, this Easter holiday. Some of us are lucky that our children are back from school to have these holidays with us. So let us use this chance to talk to them. Let us use this opportunity to beg them to open up to us. Call her close to you or him. Ask her what is really happening. Even if it's a boy. Because now we're also having females who are sexually violating male boys in school. You know? It's a crazy world indeed. So I call upon my fellow parents. Please, let us do the needful. Being a responsible parent doesn't end at paying school fees, doesn't end at providing, doesn't end at, telling your child you love them just. No. Being a good parent needs us to be listeners to our children. You can't be a good parent when you don't even know your child, when you do not know the pain they go through, when you do not know what makes them happy, when you do not know what oppresses them. So I hope this message finds my fellow parents well, and you take it in good faith and do something about it as parents. Please let us always create time and talk to our children. Let us find out if they are doing well. If they're not doing well, find out why and do something about it. You thank me after you've done it. Actually, most of you will even be surprised that it's a lot your children have been keeping quiet about, because they do not know how to start it, how to start the conversation, So try it. You never know. It could bring good results. And happy Easter holidays to everyone out there. I hope as Jesus resurrects, I hope our finances resurrect. I hope our dreams resurrect. I hope our faith and hope resurrect as well. And thank you.